What's going on, everybody? This is episode 14 of the Folks Like Us podcast. Today, I've got my buddies Baker Grissom,
hey,
and Nick DeLeo on.
Yeehaw.
So this is my first three-way. I'm super excited for it. It's a little bit janky, but
First three-way.
yeah, that's all right. Man,
That's believable.
A lot of pressure.
sometimes you don't plan your first one. It just kind of happens. So, you guys doing all right this evening?
Doing great, man.
Yes, sir.
Doing great. Happy to be here.
So these guys are songwriters here in town. Nick here, he owns and runs a roofing business with a previous guest of ours, Nick Halstead. You guys saw that episode. And then Mr. Baker here, all I know about him really is that he is a artist, singer, songwriter. So I'm probably going to learn a ton about Baker tonight. So
Come on.
hell yeah, guys, it's kind of traditional. We kind of just start with where we're from. So, where are you from, Nick?
So I am from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. More specifically, the town is Sandwich, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And, yeah. That's kind of all there is about that. It's
How
a
about you, Baker?
beach town on the east coast of Massachusetts.
Hell yeah.
It's beautiful up there. We went up for his wedding not long ago. Literally, most beautiful wedding I've been at.
Seriously?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I mean, most of the people I know got married in Arkansas. So that's your bar.
The Diamond State, Arkansas is. Hey, real quick, is it true, not to be, however, is it true that Catholic weddings really do take a long time? I've heard that.
Yeah, it took all weekend.
Yeah, are you counting the hangover or what?
No, I just heard that there's a service, and then there's like something, and there's another service, and then I just heard that there's a lot. It's a big process.
I would say the thing that takes longer is just the mass. The mass is an hour. So like most weddings, you go in and it's a 20-minute. They say a couple readings, there's a couple nice things they say, and then that's it. But it's just just an hour. They say the marriage part in the middle, and then everything else is literally the same.
Okay.
Yeah, but it did feel like a while when I was on the altar.
Yeah,
because you sit there on the altar the whole time.
Yeah, they get to sit down. Like, they've got it figured out.
Really?
Like, most people stand the whole time. No.
So they put like a
Sit
Catholic
down.
park bench up there where you guys can kind of just hang,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Hell yeah! All right, that's awesome, dude. Well, congrats on getting married. That's amazing, dude. That really is it's a spectacular milestone in life.
Coming up on 1 year in October.
1 year,
She ain't killed him yet.
dude.
No. She's tried.
Yeah. Well, we still got some time. Baker, where you from, buddy?
I'm from Sherwood, Arkansas. It's about 30 minutes north of Little Rock.
Okay.
Born and raised there, man.
Nice. I grew up on Sherwood Road.
Really?
Yep. My best friend is named Sam Sherwood, and his
And he owns the road.
his grandpa used to own all the land back in the day, and they subdivided a bunch of it, and so I grew up on Sherwood Road. Yes, sir.
I grew up on Miller Road, and we've got like half the streets Millers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it goes back there, dude. It's old money,
When am I getting the invite to your place?
Yeah.
When you get married?
Dude, what? So
Yeah.
in my head, I'm thinking it's probably kind of similar to where I grew up. But what was it like there where you're from in Arkansas?
So there's houses on it now, but whenever I was growing up, it was just one side of the street was houses, and the other was like kind of like a park deal, and there was like a valley. It was gorgeous, and now they've started building houses. As Little Rock's grown out, it's like kind of like Nashville, but Little Rock's a lot smaller. Like, I mean, you go hour outside of Nashville, and there's neighborhoods and communities and all that kind of stuff.
It drops off quick there.
A little quicker than Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Kansas City is very much like that. I mean, you're probably 100 feet off the ground trying to land at the airport, and you're seeing dairy cows, and you're like, fuck, dude, we're gonna hit a big old vat of milk if he ain't steering this right. If he's not paying attention.
No, that's where you want to land. Something goes wrong, you got nothing but flat, man.
That's what I would call
A little lard to help you.
Yeah, that's what I'd call a legendary landing.
Oh my god.
No doubt. But yeah, man, I'm glad you guys are on tonight. I've been wanting to have both of you guys on. It's good to get you both at the same time. I really appreciate that.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having
No
us.
problem.
And I love the podcast so far. I've been watching the
thank you.
episodes, and it's
Thank
great.
you.
It's
You had the Sonic guy on one.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I embarrassed him right off the bat. I was like, he's the sauna guy. They let him talk because he's real smooth at all of it. And he was immediately, I saw him lock up. But, yeah, so what you guys been up to recently here in Nashville?
Just doing the artist thing, doing the artist thing. As you said earlier, we started our company.
Yep.
Nick and Nick's Roofing. And it's been super busy, but it's been a good way to pay for recordings, pay for getting on the road, and have a little bit of security, a little helper while you're trying to figure out where you're going to make some money and recordings, and everything just costs a lot when you're doing the independent music. You're not getting paid until you make it. And even when you do make it, you're not getting paid for a while. So it's like,
because you got to pay off a lot of debt.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
Yeah. What about you, Baker? I feel like you're on a little bit different path than me and Nick.
Man, I just put out a song not long ago called Beer Joint. We did a music video for it that started in the Mapco beer cooler. I've gotten to know a couple people from Mapco recently, and they've been real good to us. And then the rest of it was, we were going to do it in a bar, and I don't know, I started talking to Brooke, who I work with on all the business side, and I was like, what if we just do it in the basement? She's like, I love it. So we got a smoke machine and possibly some real smoke and kind of that 70s style. So it's kind of like a little Mapco, little that 70s show.
Did you get the shot where it goes all the way around? With all the people?
Most of it. You can't break the wall of whatever they say, the camera guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's been a second since
But,
Did you guys kind of turn the basement into a bar a little bit, kind of, since you couldn't rent out the bar or whatever?
Well, I mean, it's always kind of a bar.
Oh, okay.
Just usually empty of whiskey. But, yeah.
Hell yeah. Is that video out right now, or is it coming out?
Yeah, it's out.
Okay.
It's going to play in all of the Texas roadhouses for this last...
Really? The video
next
too?
month.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, so when y'all are looking for something to do whenever you're trying to smear that honey butter on, go over there to that fucking kiosk, hit the button, and watch the Mapco video. It's called Beer Joint, right?
Beer Joint.
Dude, I'm excited for that. Okay, so that's on YouTube as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah. You can watch it now.
I'm stoked for that. Okay, yep. Make sure to check that on YouTube. I've been getting super into YouTube lately, so that's...
I've been seeing your thumbnails. You've been working your butt off on them thumbnails.
Yeah, I had to learn how to do Photoshop and Premiere Pro over the last month or two because I'm trying to figure out how to do all this, navigate all this content, quote unquote, you know what they say, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that without getting nickel and dimed to death, because when you're paying $50 here and $100 there, and it just adds up over time.
Yeah,
sure.
And I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff on my own, and this show has actually been a really good way to just kind of splice up little 15-20 second clips of the good stuff that happens or whatever, and just kind of put it out there. And a lot of the clips have been getting better views than some of the music that I post, which I don't know how to take that. I mean, I guess it's good on the podcast part, but I'm like, shit, I wish maybe they're reacting to the music a little better, but whatever. I'll take whatever I can do.
Big pond of
dude,
music.
it really is.
Yeah,
it really is.
How many podcasts would you say are coming out of Nashville? Is that a statistic that you have any idea about?
I have no idea. I will tell you a really cool statistic that I learned because my friend Sam Sherwood, I told you about, he sent me this the other day. And honestly, there's no way for me to verify this because it was just a TikTok, and everything you see on TikTok is not true.
It's true.
But according to this guy, it seems plausible. He said 90% of podcasts quit after 3 episodes. So if you get to the 4th episode, you're already 90%. You're already in the top 10%.
Yeah.
He said after 10 episodes, 90% more quit. So if you make it to episode 11, you're in the top 1% of podcasts ever. So
top 1%.
And that's just recording them and putting them out.
Yes.
You got to get that T-shirt. Top 1% of podcasts.
No doubt, dude. Yeah. Or hey, top 0.01% of creators. That's what I want.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
A little OnlyFans wink nod, So
I'm part of the 90 down.
Okay, what's
that? Because like during COVID, we started the roofing company, and we're driving around trying to get business, and I'm talking with Nick, and we're just sitting there hanging, and the conversation naturally just turns to like conspiracy theories,
No way.
inventions, thoughts about the media, and yada, yada, yada. And so we were like, we got to start this truck cast. And so we got like the dash mount, we got my phone, and we like started doing it. We recorded 3, we stopped. So I was literally 3
Probably
down,
good.
and I was out. Yeah, they weren't good. We
kinda-
went back and sifted through content, and it was like
Kind of sounds like a career.
we were
ender.
we were inventing a game that was like the Hunger Games. It was like people were gonna lose their lives, and it was like, all right, this is not our forte.
Yeah. Dude, I thought about doing this podcast. I started running the last couple of years, and I thought about doing like where we each have like a lapel mic, and we're running through the woods, and we're like having a conversation.
Oh, like actually running.
Yeah. And
All
the
right.
slogan for the podcast would be, "Hey guys, this is the so and so podcast. This is the longest running podcast, although we're only one
Oh my
episode
God.
in."
The
Yeah,
puns on this
the
guy.
dad
Yeah.
jokes.
God
Yeah,
bless.
dude. I think people would really gravitate toward that, you know. But
One step at a time, bud.
one step at a
I
time.
got one in.
Yeah, got one in.
Jesus. I'm
Um,
gonna need some stronger whiskey.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is it's there on the table if you want, bud.
I was just joking, but I'll take some.
So, let's see. How long have each of you guys been in town? And while you're doing that, I'm gonna actually turn the little monitors around so you guys can see yourself if you want to check.
Okay,
Sure.
sure.
Because for some reason, I like to look at the cam.
I think I look good. I think Baker needs a little work, so yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
fix yourself, would you?
Right.
We kind of look like
What a
a.
look. What a look going on here.
It's like Ren, Stimpy, Beavis, Butthead,
The shirt's a little
Nick and
loud,
Baker.
huh?
a little, a little. Budweiser.
Hey, I'm trying to get sponsored, man. All this beers.
Yeah. So
Me too, dude.
so how long you guys? Yeah, how long you guys been in town?
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers to you guys.
Salute.
I'm drinking that Aldi box wine, dude.
Hell yeah. Have some of this. I didn't bring this just for us. I got that for
I
you
might
too.
try it. Yeah, I might try that.
So, graduated college in 2013
Okay. From where?
from Providence College, and graduated with a biology degree. So definitely using that money.
Can we verify that?
Money well
Did
spent.
that actually happen?
Yeah, we need like a fact checker over there to like. Don't check my GPA, but I did graduate with a bio degree.
You know what's the unfortunate part about that? What year did you graduate with the biology degree?
2013.
Yeah. So back then, the biology book was about twice as fucking thick. Now it's, I had to remove a lot of stuff from it. You know, there's.
Why, is it untrue now or something?
Oh yeah, dude. There's not all the gender stuff. You got to take it out of there, and the whole chapter about chromosomes.
Welcome to Hunter
Gone.
Thomas's Mounce last podcast
So
before
that
it gets
yeah,
canceled.
that biology book's about that thick now, dude.
Yeah, biology has become it's become subjective,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just kidding. But
Same here.
dude, that's awesome, man.
So yeah, kind of funny story. So I'm in high school. I'm trying to play baseball in college.
Already has a beard.
Already has a beard. Already bald. My friends used to call me Pads because I had shoulder pads of hair growing up. They call me Padsy.
All right, you can cut that part out,
Cut
too.
that out.
That's the
And-
beauty. You can say whatever you want, and then if we decide to cut it out later, we can.
I actually don't care. It's kind of funny. It's sad, but anyway. Had a couple offers from like small schools like D3, and had a showcase at Holy Cross, which I was pumped about. It was the next day. Broke my leg playing football the day before. Broke it bad. Basically missed my whole baseball season. I was out for all basketball and basically missed my baseball season. So, change gears, go to college for college, and I'm in a biology program. Think I'm going to be a like PA or something like that. And my roommate that I've moved down to Nashville with, we were like studying. I was studying, and he was just doing whatever. And he taught me like the blues scale, and literally like that's how I started playing guitar. And I remember popping an Adderall before a chemistry exam, and literally just like abandoned my textbooks and went to the guitar and played guitar for like maybe like 8 hours.
Seriously.
And that was it. And then I started playing in bars like at college, and it just changed
Dude.
everything.
So you started playing guitar in college?
My sophomore year, yeah.
I know,
That's
and
insane,
he's that
dude.
good.
Because I
It's-
started playing in college, and I don't know. anything about guitar. I feel
started
like compared
playing
to
in
you.
high
You know how to
school,
hold a pick, though. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. Okay, this is embarrassing to admit, but I learned how to hold a pick correctly like 2 weeks ago because I was holding the pick like this, and yeah, it looks like a deer, I know, but I was holding the pick like this, and I was having a lot of trouble, hitting the notes accurately like I want to. It's like, dude, hold it like a key. And I started holding it like that. And of course, it was weird at first because it was a totally new. What's it
Just
called?
feel.
I have
Guitar's
no
such a
idea.
feel instrument.
I have no idea how I hold a guitar pick.
Dude,
I couldn't.
Me
tell you.
neither. Totally new technique, so it felt weird at first. But then all of a sudden, it clicked. Like after probably 4 hours of total, work that I put into it, holding it like that, making a conscious effort, and now I'm not missing hardly anything that I was missing. My tone sounds a lot better. Like it sounds like it's actually supposed to. It's weird. It's wild, dude. It's wild what happens when you do shit right. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That guy was Pat, by the way.
Yeah.
Who he lived with for.
So yeah, he basically we had the same roommate at one point, and now Pat's getting married, so he just lives with her.
Are y'all gonna go to his wedding or?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I can't
Is
make
it?
it.
Is it in Massachusetts?
No,
It's here.
It's here.
It's here. You're not gonna make it.
He's gone. He's out of town playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got
But we had the best bachelor party time that.
You went to his batch?
Yeah.
Yep.
We kind of threw his bachelor party.
Yeah.
What'd y'all do?
I think we nailed it.
Just stuff Pat likes, like. So
Oh, yeah.
Pat's like a big gamer and stuff, and we went to this place in Nashville that's
Game
got,
Terminal.
I don't know. I just know where it's at. I don't know what it's called.
No, this place is called Music City Indoor Karting.
Yeah, which if they want to sponsor your podcast, here you go.
Oh,
They
MCIK, Music City Indoor Karting. Oh yeah.
But
Are
they
you
had-
serious? That's
No.
that's actually what it is, though. MCIK.
Yeah.
Oh really?
But
Yeah,
they
no.
have.
I like abbreviating things going.
They have go karts. They have a pool table. They have like the VR thing, which we apparently set the high record for. It took me
Yeah.
halfway through to figure out you could hold 2 guns, so it definitely wasn't me.
Yeah, he was useless.
Dude.
He was holding a nail gun and a screwdriver trying to fight off hordes of zombies. He's like, bro.
But we raced the go karts and all kinds of stuff, man. It's great.
It was a blast. We should just go as
We should.
as a fuck around trip.
We should. My friend Michaela, Kyle and Michaela.
Yep.
They're always at Game Terminal because Michaela works there. It's honestly super super cool. So
Where is it?
it is. I'm trying to think of the exact area that it's in. It's in a very industrial part of town. It's the only thing like that around there. I'm sorry that I'm drawing a blank, but what's cool about it is it's a giant warehouse, and then one little section of this warehouse was where a guy, he's like the only guy in Nashville that works on old school pinball machines. He's like the only dude around who works on pinball machines.
What a market.
Dude.
You know how much money that guy must make?
So
It's like typewriter, piano servicers,
Yes.
and pinball machines. And
So,
gumball machines,
yeah.
probably.
yeah. So he's got this pinball shop, and some investor approaches him and said, "Hey man, we see that you've got this little shop, but then you've got this whole warehouse that's not being used really. What if we give you a couple $100K or whatever the number was, and all these games that you have that you've worked on, fixed over the years that you've
Sure.
accumulated? How about we just plug them all in? People come in, they play the games for free." You make money off the beer. So it's called Game Terminal, and it's a giant
I've
fucking
heard of
warehouse,
this
dude.
place. Yeah.
It's awesome. And then you go outside, and they got like, it's like beer pong, but it's basket pong. You play the basketball.
And this
don't-
isn't Pins Mechanical?
No,
Dude,
no.
this is, Montucky, 25-ounce Montuckies are like $3. This place is
I'll
sick.
clear you out of Montucky.
Yeah.
Hey, don't ask
Mark
Nick
Warrior.
about playing me in basketball. He didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah.
We'll leave that for another podcast.
Yeah. Me and Nick, dude, we're the 3-point shooters on the basketball team, dude.
We were beer league champs.
What are y'all playing, 8th graders?
No. Hey, we can hit some open shots. Now, as far as ball handling, decision making,
Overall stamina.
none of that, but open shot.
Nick's got a cigar lit running down the court.
Spitting dip in people's shoes so they look down and go around them. Yeah, he whooped me, dude. He whooped me at the
I wasn't gonna bring
that
that
arcade game.
Would you-
we started. I gotta.
Did you guys play Aardvark or Pig? Or you guys
No,
probably didn't do that
no.
right
The
away.
ones in the little cage. It's like rabbit
Oh,
shooting.
Papa Shot.
Papa Shot.
Dude, my
Papa Shot again.
Yes.
But no, I can't.
Alan Jackson needs to have one of those with his face on it, and every time you start, it plays that Papa Shot again.
Every time it goes in, Papa Shot, Papa Shot.
That would be Alan Jackson, dude. He would make a mill off
Oh,
of
that was my hero growing up, Alan Jackson, man.
Dude.
That was.
He's amazing.
I can tell by the mustache.
Thanks. Hey, if I did grow out the mustache, it would be blonde.
I believe it
Yeah.
because of him.
Yeah.
Prove it.
All right. I mean, I'll end up single, but you know.
So,
I've seen a couple years.
so, do you guys think it's impressive that some of these guys are touring into their 60s and 70s? Like, and the reason I ask that is because Alan Jackson, as you maybe probably already know, he announced that he has some kind of
CMT disease.
Degenerative nerve.
Yeah.
Oh,
He-
really?
He
You
came
know
out and
specifically
he was
what
like,
it is?
Yeah, it's called CMT
Okay.
disease, and he was like, "It's crazy. My entire career was called like tied to a place called CMT, and now
Okay.
I have CMT disease." But it makes it hard for like him to stand up in front
Yeah.
of a microphone. It's like a muscle kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
That's terrible.
Well, it's crazy. And it's genetic. I guess his father had it too, but yeah, it's like the nerves and all the nerves, I guess, that it takes for your spine and your legs and all that to stand up, they just like get worn out. And there was one show where he fainted, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's all drunk," and it's like, "No, dude, he's got CMT."
yeah.
That's crazy. But the reason I'm asking about that is because being on the road is like a crazy lifestyle that wears you out, and you got dude, Motley Crue and some of these other bands are still doing these stadium shows, and they're like,
Oh, Rolling
65
Stones
years
is like
old,
80,
dude.
man. Like,
it's crazy.
How many nights a week is Garth playing? Like,
yeah.
I mean, those guys,
And
they're nonstop.
and these are guys that have done drugs. I mean, they've probably done weed, and it's like you guys are
Yeah.
still out there kicking it.
Yeah, they probably done weed. I mean, I feel like at a certain point, okay, when you're making it, you're figuring it out, and you're like getting your live show down, you're like in the heat of like releasing albums and like making your mark on the music industry, right? I feel like that's a lot different than when you get to the other side of it, and you're basically, I'm not saying it's easy, and I also am not there, so I can't say that, but like I feel like at a certain point, you're just pressing like go, and you just play the show you know how to play. It's like imagine play a Broadway set. Like you know exactly like the jokes you're gonna tell, the parts you're gonna stop, the crowd interaction. I feel like at a certain point, it just runs itself.
Well, what wears you out? It's not the show; it's the travel.
Dude,
Like,
that's
if you
what
gotta-
I'm saying.
If you got to
Sure.
drive yourself and you got to like,
Yeah.
like you got done playing at 2 a.m. and you got to catch a flight at 5 a.m. Like,
Sure.
it's gonna wear you out, man. It's like,
Dude, I can't. I'm just thinking. I'm like, I can't live off of Quick Trip taquitos for 40, 50 years. You know, tornadoes it loves. You know, whatever.
Yeah, true.
It's like, but hold on. Those people actually have.
Chefs.
They got chefs. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have like gyms they have one semi that's just a gym. I heard Florida Georgia Line used to do that like 5-6 years ago when they were still a band. Remember that?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. You know what I think is awesome is Zach Brown used to cook for people on the road. Like he
Really?
used to do like this whole production and like cook for people.
He's a cook.
I mean, I never ate.
I already
any of
likes his chicken
food, but-
fried.
Yeah.
Dude, no, I'm
Rolling
sorry.
in
I'm sorry to no, but that's cool. That'd be pretty cool to be like, you know, the guy who's just wrapping up cables after every night, and it's like, oh, Zach Brown came up and gave me his delicious General So chicken, you know. God.
I could do the
General So.
Hey, by the way,
It's sow, dude.
hey, have you been over
General
to
T
his-
Sobel,
Has he cooked for you?
I was gonna say I feel like I would be the guy.
DeLeo's
cooking on the road.
hashtag DeLeo's Kitchen.
That's it.
Actually, I haven't asked you this yet, but I already know it's a done deal. We're gonna partner up for a cooking video. we're gonna make.
Seriously?
Yeah, we're gonna make a cooking video. Especially,
Hey, I can do breakfast. Anything outside
He's
of that,
he's a sneaky good cook.
breakfast.
Well, here's
Just
what I
breakfast.
thought.
No, you're good at ribs and you're good at
So-
hash browns. That's a breakfast.
Yeah.
You're good at cooking,
Get me one.
That's a breakfast food.
Yeah.
so you're good at cooking. So I'll videotape you with the gimbal. He's good at making hats, and I'll get some good video of him with a thimble, and we will be off to the races, dude.
I gotta make you a hat. Like it's
Dude, I love your hats.
You a Cardinals fan?
Man, I am a
You're
Chiefs
Roy-
fan and a
Chiefs?
Royals fan. If I love Chiefs stuff more than anything, and I don't have very much Chiefs stuff.
I have a Chiefs hat.
Oh, Chiefs have great patches.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, they're great.
Oh yeah.
It's like a really high sitting hat though, so I'd have
That's
to
cool.
like
man, there's nothing wrong with a little hi hat.
look like your grandpa.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus.
yeah.
Dude,
You
it doesn't
got
end.
the dad
Fucking-
jokes.
I'm still
on
trying
lock.
to cymbal. That rhymes with thimble. I was been thinking for
Yeah,
Hey man,
Yeah.
if country music don't work out, like you should go apply for Hallmark because you'd kill those.
or
cards.
slapstick comedy. Like
Yeah.
dude. Okay, they do a thing on Monday at Zany's. They give you 4 minutes, and it's like an open mic. They give you 4 minutes, so you can tell one joke.
I've been begging Jadis to do that.
wait, open mics Mondays at
Yeah.
Zany's.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can we get absolutely shit canned? And can we all have to go on? There's
4 minutes,
no-
dude? Jadis would absolutely crush that.
Have you ever heard his parody songs?
Yeah.
You need to do an entire one of these just based on if you can get him to do it. His parody songs
He is
are
hilarious, dude.
great.
God, I love that guy. Okay, yeah,
still
Sorry it took so long to get back. My bad.
it's cool, man. It'll just, it's my SD card, it's my hard drive. Fuck all of it,
So what we were talking about though was
Jadis's
songs.
parodies.
Yeah, the parody songs. We were in the listening room, and he's like, because when Jadis is about to come out with something funny, he's got this like real serious look on his face, and you think he's about to say something like profound, and then he comes out and he's like, "Let me tell you now, girl,
Yeah.
don't giggle, it's all I've got."
All right. That's enough of that one.
And literally, I just break out laughing, and he's like,
He's getting into it, dude.
he's pissing himself, and he's like trying to look like he's looking like a '90s artist in the camera, like. It's all my daddy ever gave to me.
he's got one of the better straight faces around.
Oh
Like,
my gosh,
Dude.
that kid's gonna be famous. But anyway,
Shit, where do we even go from there, dude? Okay, so yeah, why did it take you guys so long to get back from the break, dude?
we went to go get some Red Man, which is not called Red Man anymore.
Oh god, did they take him off the package too?
Well, it's called America's Best, which is so
You're kidding.
it's not Red Man tobacco anymore.
You're
Look,
kidding.
Here's the problem. On the back of the package, it says, "Same great Red Man taste." So they still have the name on there, but it's now America's Best.
You know what they're doing? They're gonna switch the name back in like 10 years and just sell out around because it's vintage. It's like when Coke went away.
That's
or
actually a
whatever.
good point.
Like classic Coke came back.
And then cocaine came back, and I was like,
I was gonna say, classic Coke is making a comeback. Kind you snort, not the kind you drink.
but
Yeah.
and I tried switching because I was like, whatever. And I went to Levi Garrett. I went to what's the other one? Beach Nut.
Yeah.
They're not as good. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I saw Levi Garrett. They changed their name too. It was Levi Barrett, and it had Gabby Barrett's brother on there. I was like, literally, you guys do not have to change. Like, keep the Log Cabin. She's a good country artist, but she's too new.
Dude, you're out of your mind.
It's not a good rebrand. Sorry. I didn't agree with it.
I played around with the other day with a guy who was just like, "Yeah, I got a couple cuts, yada yada yada," at this for what's it say? Aerial recovery. And
Oh, your hat. You want me
yeah.
to tell you what your hat says?
yeah, I forgot my hat said.
Yeah.
And and all of a sudden he started playing Gabby Barrett songs that he wrote. I was
Wait,
like,
what's
"That's
his
pretty
name?
funny." Zach Kale.
Yeah, dude, I used to write with Zach Kale.
Yeah,
Really?
I played with him with Mark the other day at their like awareness. They were raising money for veterans.
I bet y'all had a blast.
Mm-hmm.
They got
Zach
some-
Kale.
He's good. He's funny too. He's got a good sense of humor.
That's awesome.
Cheers.
Yeah, guys.
I haven't
Cheers.
seen you in 30 minutes.
Hey, here's
Sorry it took so long to get back. We're going to get some chew, which is we kind of digressed, and everywhere was closed. So
That's all right, man.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, you'll have that on these big nights, man. I think there's a curfew. What is tonight?
I think
Wednesday?
it's Wednesday, yeah.
Oh yeah, Wednesdays. That's a slow night in Nashville. They cut it off about 8. So, Baker, what you got coming up next, bud?
I'm playing a lot of shows. We're going to Pigeon Forge this weekend.
Yep.
With
Hell yeah.
a couple of the boys and
Yeah, you're in with the listening room and Old Red Light. I heard you saying.
playing the listening room over there. Not playing Old Red. Played that last weekend. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Are you going there with anybody else?
Yeah, Eli and Mark are going.
Okay.
And Nick, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got invited this time. So
Nice. That's good.
it's always a blast. Listening room's awesome. That's like my favorite place to play in town.
It really is. Best sound in Nashville. I mean, it makes sense that it's called the listening room, but they've just done a really good job of. It's a great experience.
You know what I like about it is you can really get a read on what songs you should be cutting, in my opinion.
Damn.
Because you can like very clearly tell what songs, it could be slow, it could be fast, it could be funny, it could be whatever. It's really easy to see which ones your personality and your artistry shines through and connects with the people watching you. Because they're not just sitting talking having a conversation. They have to listen, right? And
They're keyed in, dude.
Yeah, and like you get the best laughs from like the funny setups that you set up in your songs. Like you get the best aha moments that you try to work in there. And I feel like you don't get that
Anywhere
at
else.
any writers rounds because there's just too much distraction.
Yeah.
So you got to play the ones that are like loud, peppy, and
Yeah. You go to some other bars that you try to introduce a song and they're like, you hear in the background, it's like, Papa shot again. It's like, really, dude? You hold the high score. I'm trying to play my song. Can you shut the fuck up for like 2 seconds? Yeah.
That's
It's not like that to
literally what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not trying to kiss anybody's ass here, but Baker here does a really good job of drawing in the crowd at listening room. I've never seen anything like it.
He drinks a lot. I don't know what he's
They're
talking
hanging,
about,
dude.
but
You don't like to admit it, but they're hanging on to every word he's saying when it's a listening room. You can hear a pin drop in there, and it can be the funny song, the funeral. It can be, but yeah, that's cool. That's a
Oh yeah.
that's a good take that you said about you can tell like what you should be cutting because people are gonna react honestly
I think so.
to your songs based on just how they react. You can read whether they're laughing, whether they're clapping,
Right.
whatever. Hey. So yeah, that's a good spot for sure. So if you guys ever come to Nashville to hang out, definitely check out Listening Room.
Listening Room Cafe.
Definitely.
No
And
doubt.
people that come to town all the time, they're like, we didn't even think we were going to stop here, and somebody told us to stop by, and we got to hear you guys. This has been the best part of our trip.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Like, people love... That's what Nashville was, right? Songwriter town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's just the freaking carnival for adults, basically.
Yeah.
You go down to Broadway.
Dude, did you see that they have a giant brass dildo for the bachelorette parties that they can ride on?
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's
What is
literally
it, like a truck or something?
yeah.
Like-
They restore. I don't even want to say restored.
When do they book? How much is it?
I don't even want to say restored, but Larry Flint's Hustler Club. It's either that or Holly.
Of course it's Hustlers. Love it.
Yeah.
This just turned
Is
into
that
the Howard Stern show.
Is that the? I'm sorry, but is it? What's the one right next to White Castle? It's got the windows you can see in there. They're selling lingerie.
Hustler.
Okay,
That's where I live. Well, I don't live there.
dude. I was gonna say I had
White Castle. That's where I live.
I was gonna
he
say-
lives in Hustler.
I had a credit card there, and they kicked me out
Hustler?
because they were like, "Hey, man, you can't have that many points. We're not gonna fly you to Louisiana anymore for Mardi Gras. We can't do it. It's too many trips." But no, but yeah, they have this brass hanger that you can ride on, and
Literally.
it's like,
So is it a dick on wheels?
yeah, dude, they repurposed. I gotta assume it's like an old Suzu, because the chassis is thick, and so is the. But I'm just like, dude, we have become such a sinful town to let something like that happen.
So, anyways, the listening room.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. But that's what Nashville. Part of Nashville is very, very.
Right. That's what we were getting at.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
It's a good.
It's gotten away from its roots. A couple more veins here and there. You know. But
Anyway.
yeah, I'm gonna have to edit a lot of this.
No, keep it.
Keep that sentence in.
Keep it.
I'm gonna have to edit a lot of this.
But yeah. So you guys got any projects coming up?
Go ahead.
I do. I'm not positive it's the next thing coming out, but I got a pretty good feeling of what. And this last song that just came out is kind of like a party thing, and I think
Beer joint music video.
The next one's gonna be something I don't do a lot, which is kind of a love song.
Okay.
It's
You don't do love a lot, or you don't do love songs?
love songs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a lover.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a softie.
You don't want people to know about it, so you don't do it very often.
You never
That's
know.
all right, dude. You can pour your heart out, man.
Speaking of pouring
Me?
your heart out, that's like, I was just about to say, let's pour a little bit.
Yeah.
I have. So I've been releasing songs this year.
Yep.
And I've released 3. The next 2 that I've written with him are the next 2 coming out. So I submit on Friday, Jack May Jack.
All right.
Yeah, so in 4 weeks that'll be out, and then after that is Back Then Again
Yeah.
with
Dude.
Jadis.
Yeah. Which Jadis is tied into Jack too, because there's going to be a music video.
Yes. Jadis is going to be, you hear it here first, Jadis is going to be Jack Daniels. Put a black suit, top hat.
He's time. I mean, okay. Let me wash my mouth because we're talking about our friend here.
Sure.
He's got a smaller frame. Okay, he's got a shorter frame than some of our other friends.
Yes.
So he could
Big
fit.
heart.
He could fit the Jack Daniels.
He's going to crush the role.
Yeah.
He's going to be walking through. He's going to be walking through the country like knee-high grass. He's going to be looking for, which is some of the words of the song, right? Halstead's going to play Jesus.
So basically, this song is the 100% true, made-up story of how Jesus gave Jack Daniels his recipe.
Yeah.
So
And it's genius.
It's one of my favorite ones we've written.
my mother's very religious, and so she's always wanting me to get Jesus in songs, and we did it, you know.
We did it. So yeah, that one, and then and then like probably a month, 2 months after that, Back Then Again, and then there's like 10 coming. So there's a ton of good content coming.
We just wrote one though that I've played once or twice, and that song goes over, buddy. It's called Bad Habit.
Yeah.
Like
Black Magic. She's dropping like a bad habit. Yep.
yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you what, man. When you start going out and recording some people's songs, I got that on film the other day at Live Oak.
Oh, did you get Bad Habit?
Yep. I haven't got the video up for you, but yeah, dude.
Your editing on Bad Luck you're good. You know what you're doing.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out, but it's cool to listen to the songs. You learn the songs well whenever you're editing them because you got to rewind and go forward, rewind, go forward. But yeah, dude, Bad Habit. That's a good one.
That was a good one. And Mark Oriot was the other writer on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good old Mark.
Heck yeah.
Dude, would you?
We've had some bangers.
Yeah.
We had this like George Thorogood one that we started. There's like a little talking part of it in the beginning. I was sitting at a bar downtown and sipped me a couple cold Busch Lights. Ba-da-na-na-na.
That sounds good in this microphone.
Heck yeah. And then what was the other one we just did?
What is the title of this song?
She Caught Me Looking.
She caught
Me looking.
So
Now the whole thing changed.
Oh, don't ruin it.
Okay.
So the idea for this song was dude, his chorus in that song is like
My chorus,
top notch.
dude.
The verse.
Hell yeah.
It's your
Terrible,
chorus.
but
You're
chorus,
literally
dog.
singing the chorus.
Oh yeah, in the work tape, right?
We're too late to try to keep the wild away. The way you hit that's fucking sick. But no, the idea for the song was. So.
Oh yeah, what was the idea? You had the idea.
This is gonna be too honest of a moment, but you know. So
Folks like us, dude.
I've got so
Hang it out.
when you have a girlfriend, you have eyes for one woman, and you need to keep your eyes on things that are not other women. So I was at Gold's Gym, and
Subtle flex, dude.
no, so I'm at Gold's Gym.
I was at Gold's Gym. Is your microphone
So I was
okay?
yeah.
Let me
I was
just
at
fix
Gold's
my ears
Gym.
real quick.
And no, and you know, I just got done doing whatever, probably jumping jacks. And I look over, and there's a gal who looks pretty decent doing some kind of exercise. And I was like, well, the Christian thing to do is not look at her. I'm going to look somewhere else.
The Christian thing.
So I rotate my eyes to look somewhere else, and my gaze is on another girl doing a different exercise. And I said, okay, well, that's not going to work either. I probably ought to look at the ground. So I look at the ground. There's a girl right underneath me doing crunches. And I'm like, dude,
This is the story he tells us.
I'm like, no matter where I look, I'm fucked no matter what I do, kind of idea. So the idea was she caught me looking.
So you
know?
walked over a girl doing crunches and just started doing curls for the girls, baby.
No, but you know, it was kind of a quirky idea, I guess. Kooky.
It worked. It worked out great.
But yeah, caught me looking. It's like, you've played that game as a man before, where you're like, man. Obviously, you only play this game whenever you're single. You play that game where you're like, man, she's really cute. I really don't want her to see that I'm looking at her, and you kind of play that like, oh God, I hope she doesn't see me looking.
Yeah, you don't want to scare her off.
And the idea was she caught me looking, and the whole idea is like, you know, that's the song. So that was a very long-winded version of that.
No, it was worth the story though. We fit it in. It worked. And then what do you've been in the studio, or you're getting ready to go into the studio?
Yeah, I've got an album done, but I'm about to start on the third one in a couple weeks. So.
Wow, these pick up everything.
Yeah, you got the siren in the background, man.
They're hot.
You need a soundboard.
I know. I thought about these would be great mics for if I was like cooking ramen noodles. You could hear the water boiling in the kitchen. You know,
Like what's that called? ASMR.
Yeah. Audio, sensory, motory, rotary.
Rotary? What is that? Wait, is that what it stands for?
It means you can hear your rotator cuff whenever it's turning, because that's how good the mics are.
That's not true.
Pick it up. Dude, okay. So not to put you on the spot, will you play Jack Made Jack?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sick. There's a guitar behind you, Baker. And then if you want
to
to play after that, Baker, that'd be sick.
Oh, word! I didn't know we were playing on this.
We don't have to. That's why I said put you on the spot.
I'm glad. I was about to throw a Redman in. I'm glad we didn't.
Hey, I'll play it for him.
Yeah, he plays it.
Dude,
he plays it.
You should play. He should sing. That'd be sick.
He plays it in one chord, and it's halftime.
No, he makes fun of me because
Neon Cactus. Just found a Neon Cactus pick in my pocket.
Parker Daniel, shout out, bud.
Boom, brother.
He's the guy we wrote She Caught Me Looking with.
I like your pick.
And his freestyle verse and that is so epic, dude.
Yeah, you want to play it?
Yeah. Hey, that does pull the strings sharp a little bit, so just be wary of that. It's got an automatic tuner on there. Sounds pretty good.
Oh, I gotta have some whiskey before we start playing this. I should have some Jack. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jackie. You want some? Oh, you just pour some. Whenever we're hammered, there's this stripped down version we play.
this is the one I always play. But
Sound good in the mic?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, there once was a man about 4 foot high, and he's walking through the country when he set his eye on a big old cave with a pool of water. Then the Lord appeared. He said, "Hello, Father." The Lord said, "Son, I'm tired. I've been working all week, and the wine ain't working, and the beer's too weak. Drop what you're doing, come follow me. We're gonna start this in Lynchburg, Tennessee." He said, we're gonna make a whiskey river from a steel and a copper vent. It'll get the good folk all together and help the sinners forget their sins. He put a 7 on the bottle and he painted it black. God bless the day Jack made Jack. Put a 7 on the bottle, he painted it black. God bless the day old Jack made Jack Daniels. You want the whole thing?
Yeah, I should have tuned this thing.
Well, that first batch ended and the Lord was pleased, so he blessed old Jackie with his recipe. But Jack was as humble as a poor man's shed. The Lord recognized that and smiled and said, there's gonna be times when things get hard and things are gonna lean out when prohibition starts. But be not afraid and put your faith in me. I'm working on the roots of your family tree. A kid named Willie and a boy named Hank and a mafia man who goes by Frank. They're gonna love their liquor and love to sing. They're gonna find this song when they take a drink of your whiskey river from a steel and a copper vent. It'll get the good folk all together and help the sinners forget their sins. He put a 7 on the bottle and he painted it black. God bless the day that Jack made Jack. The 7 on the bottle, he painted it black. God bless the day old Jack made Jack.
Alright, let's go to church.
Well, Lord, hallelujah, 'cause Lord, I've been saved. Thank old Jack Daniels for the whiskey road he paid. He put a 7 on the bottle and he painted it black. Put a 7 on the bottle and he said, hey, Jack, boy, you're gonna make a whiskey river from a steel and a copper vent. It'll get the good folk all together and help the sinners forget their sins. Help the sinners forget their sins. He put a 7 on the bottle and he painted it black. God bless the day
Jack made Jack Daniels.
He painted it black. God bless the day old Jack made Jack Daniels. Amen. Gorgeous.
Woo! Yeah.
You can see us at the listening room this weekend.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
Hey, if you do want to tune it,
subtle dick comment.
No.
Hey, if you do
No.
want to tune it.
no, it's. He said I should have tuned it. He can do it by ear. I forgot to.
Oh, I'm glad we played that. I didn't know we were playing today.
I forgot people do shit by ear, dude. I forgot people have talent. I'm like having to rely on technology. Like, dude, I hope it goes green.
That happened at the gas station, by the way. One of the reasons why it took so long is some guy was like, we're literally like looking at 40, and he goes, hey, can you point me to 65? And I was like, see that? Get on that road. And the guy behind me is like, sir, you're going to get on that. You're going to get in the left-hand lane about 2.7 miles. You're going to pass 440 and get up to 65, and you're going to break off on the left. You're going to go 24 on the right and 65 on the left.
And Nick's like, dude, he's just asking for money, man.
Yeah, and I immediately knew as soon as he asked, and he goes, well, what happened was I made it to Memphis. I was like, dude, you missed Louisville and got to Memphis and didn't think,
Dude.
maybe I should ask for directions. Anyway, I don't know how that came out. Oh, technology. The guy behind was like, all these new kids with the GPSs and the Ubers. And I was like, dude, shut up.
Good God.
Good story.
Thanks. It actually is good that you were playing guitar because it would have been a mess over here.
Yeah. Sorry, not ideal. That'll be the next purchase. I'm going to get an interface that's 4 mic pickups.
Dude, your setup is rock star. This is great.
Hey, I'm gonna play the next one that I didn't
Play
tell
whatever
you
you
about.
want, buddy.
Is this the love song?
Hell yeah.
Told you, softy.
I'll chop it up into little TikTok format and send you some shit.
Alright. This is called Heaven Must Be a Woman. Wrote this with the Warren brothers, Brad and Brett Warren, and Nathan Spicer. It ain't a whiskey, 'cause I can drink too much. It ain't a six string. When I was young, I thought it was. It ain't a sunrise or a wild night, 'cause they don't ever last. It ain't money or a Marlboro. I burn them both too fast. You're holding you, it's got me thinking that heaven must be a woman who loves me. Just as I am, must be something above me. I don't understand putting faith in a sinner's soul. When he made you, he had to know heaven must be a woman.
Yeah, dude.
There's some of it.
Hell yeah. I like that.
No, you don't.
Why didn't you play the whole thing, dude?
You're right, I don't. No, I'm just kidding. That's great. Sounds good, man.
You know what's funny about
Now
that?
I'm going to have to play a love song after you, dude.
You know
at
what's
the
funny about that,
listening.
Baker?
Damn it.
And I promise you, I'm not saying this just for the sake of us being on camera.
Sure.
But
Sure.
Oh, boy.
talking about Heaven Must Be a Woman, before you sang that song, the band of This Hat smelled so bad, I could have thrown it in the dumpster and called it roadkill. Now, dude, it smells like some woman just sprayed a little bit of love spell on it. About 2008. God damn. Dude, it's like stuff just happens for a reason, you know? I love happenstance.
Well, that's clearly why we wrote the song.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for letting him keep his hat. He liked that
Oh.
Raised Rowdy hat.
Raise right, Nicky T, baby.
Hell yeah, Nicky T.
Come on.
Yeah,
God,
dude,
that dude parties.
they really did a solid by doing the rope design.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
I was tied up for money at the time, and I said I'm still gonna have to snag that.
That's not funny. I got that pun.
But no, you guys, that's cool. You guys got a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm super pumped about love Jack Made Jack. That's a Nick DeLeo classic. But the line in Back Then Again about the burn through a couple dead presidents, I've never heard money described like that. I fucking love that.
That's
dude.
this guy right here.
Holy,
You've been sitting on. You were
dude.
sitting on that line. I remember you saying that and being like, I mean, I've been trying to put this into a song for a minute now, and I was like,
I got a video of you playing that in Key West, and there's just something about you playing that song in Key West it just feels like, dude, we're gonna look back on this video and
we're gonna be like,
however
back
many
then
years.
again.
No, that's not a dad joke, but it's just such a cool. It's a great song, and also I like that song you got. Damn it! It was the first video I ever shot for you, Nick.
Take a lot of boot.
No, it was a Doghouse, so it was
Take a
probably
lot
the
of
next. It was maybe that another video. Was I can't remember. It was a way more serious song than that. It was like I can't remember it off the top of my head now. So,
Dude, but you got some you got some great stuff coming out right now. Do a little give the people a little humble brag, because your tracks that you've sent me that you're recording, not Devil.
Angel Share.
No, the Bronco. Yeah, that one's
Bronco?
great too. The Angel Share, that's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Oh, nice hook.
The Saddle Broke the Bronco.
That's me and you.
That's a banger.
We wrote that. We did a Google Doc and we screencasted it on my TV. We wrote that on the Ottoman.
Yeah.
Well, we set our feet on the Ottoman, but we kind of went through it. But
That song, I hear that, I crank that up to
I have a
10.
terrible hook that might be right for you.
really,
Ottoman? Ottoman? I mean, come on.
Auto Man.
That's kind of up your alley.
Yeah.
dude, I came up with one today that was like so stupid.
Oh, dude, tell him your hook about the fish.
Oh,
Dude, so here's the backstory. is this guy gets drunk and writes down all the dumb ideas that come through his head when he's pissed drunk, right? And so we're writing with Halstead one day, and he is just kicking out these ridiculous ideas. The Continental Army was one of them, and he's just going through, and this idea comes down the pike.
So a girl asks you, "Hey, are you free tonight?" And you respond, "Does a boy like me roll up to a rich person's house with a pocket full of corn, hoping to fish for koi?"
And he's like, "What do you guys think?"
And then another one, I didn't realize I had this one still, but it's a girl says, "Hey, are you free tonight?" And I say, "Does a masturbatory accountant come in numbers?"
Hey, don't tell that to Mark.
I probably should cut that out because they'll write a song like that, and then I'll have to
sue.
But then it'll be like, "Hey, I have it on video. They got it from me, dude. Cease and desist."
That's so funny. You have you have some funny hooks. You have some good hooks, but when you're drunk.
The dumb one that I came up with today was you know the classic, like the saying, like, "Yeah, I crossed my T's and dotted my I's."
Yeah.
This one was we twisted them T's and crossed them I's. When you're young and drinking twisted T's, dude, your eye you can't.
Yeah. Can't see.
It's like, dude,
gold.
You can't.
You need to copyright that before someone steals it.
Yeah, I know.
I've got one with the boys that we've talked about, and we'd probably never write, but because it'll never make money or get cut or
perfect. Those are the ones that make money.
Anyone will ever want to listen to. But it's a guy, and he's very religious, and maybe he's religious, maybe he's not, but he crosses over to the other side, and he finds his judgment day, and he's like, "Man, it's sure hot down here in heaven. These streets of gold sure burn." And so he goes to hell, basically, but he thinks he's going to heaven.
So he's a little naive. He's thinking of himself a little highly.
It's hot down here in heaven? That's fucking gold, dude.
It's sure hot down here in heaven.
Are you shitting me? What do you mean that's a dumb idea? That's not a dumb idea at all.
Like he thinks,
bro, that is like
we haven't written it yet.
That is such a genius song for the people
who
think that's the song for the people who think that they're so much more. That's for the self-righteous people that think they're so much better than they are.
It's either that or it's a drunk in a bar being like, "Oh man, when I die, I'm going to heaven," and he's like, "Woo, I got here. Where are the pearly gates at? Like I thought I'd have to wait in a line. Nobody called a roll."
You know what I like about that is the way you say hot. Man, it's hot down here in heaven. Dude, that's a banger. Good stuff.
Genius.
A couple more of these, and dude, we'll have it written.
So
it wasn't my idea. So
have you guys been frustrated at all by this app called TikTok?
You know what? I'll take this one first. I was in the beginning, and then I realized that it's actually a great platform. Like, okay, aside of all like the Chinese are spying on you and like that whole
General So and his army may or may not get a hold
but anyway
of their chicken,
in
but also your
we
content.
Say General Sal. But aside from all that, it's actually a great platform, and here's the reason why: is because it actually lets you see people for who they are. Like you go to Facebook, you go to Instagram, like everyone's trying to like make themselves look really great, and it's like it's not a knock on the person. Like they're trying to look professional. Like they're trying to like they care about their craft, they care about their business, which is either their music or their whatever it is, and so they want their stuff to sound perfect. But the thing that's cool about TikTok is it seems like rewarded for more content, less. I don't want to say less quality, but quality is secondary to consistency. I think is what it seems. And because of that, you're getting more people just putting more stuff out there, and you're getting to see people for who they are.
Yeah.
I didn't like it in the beginning. I was like the old man that's like, damn, another social media platform. I'm going to have to learn this one. I'm not doing it. Instagram's where it's at. And Instagram is where it's at still, but I don't know. I think TikTok, I don't mind it. Do I think it's going to be around for a million years? No.
Yeah.
I think Instagram will outlive it. YouTube Shorts. I think YouTube is just like a bigger platform in general.
Yeah.
So I think that it's going to outlive it. But
I
I think
think
as an intermediary, it took a little getting used to, and now I don't mind it as much. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm for it. It's helped out a couple people that I've known, and it's
true.
made a big difference in their career, life, whatever you want to call it. So I'm absolutely for it.
I think it's like a Vine, but it's like a kudzu vine. It's a little more.
You asked that question, so you
No,
can say that.
Yeah,
I literally just thought
100%.
about this. It's like Vine back in the day, but it's like kudzu vine because it's taken over, dude. I mean, seriously, I'll look up. I'll just throw out a random hashtag. I'll say leather chaps will be the hashtag. Okay. On TikTok, it'll be not that I would ever use that hashtag.
He uses that on every video.
I don't, dude.
Hashtag leather chaps.
But you type in the hashtag leather chaps, it's got 1 billion views on TikTok. You type that in on Instagram Reels, that son of a buck has 499K. And it's like it's dude, TikTok is like it's a kudzu vine. It's everywhere. Even if it's not indigenous to your part,
Stop.
it's everywhere, dude. It really is everywhere. And the reason I wanted to ask you this is because
Can you spell kudzu?
yeah.
Can you spell indigenous?
Which one do you want me to spell first?
Kudzu.
Kudzu.
All right.
Indigenous is INDIGEN.
I'm already lost. I don't know. Whatever.
OUS. Just end it.
IOUS. We'll check it later.
There's no I.
Anyway, I won the spelling bee twice, so I hope I get that right.
Yeah, in Kansas City.
Yeah. But, no.
Spell cat. K-A-T. See you later.
Yeah. Spell cat. My dad rides one. He's a equipment operator. Get out of town.
You know,
No.
all the keys are the same in those things.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's great. But the fact is that nobody has the confidence to steal one of those because nobody knows how to drive it.
Wait, what do you mean the keys?
No.
The keys are all the same?
Yeah.
For all the Caterpillar?
Yeah. The
Like
cat's out of the
dozers?
bag.
Hey, don't take my word for it. Go test it out.
Yeah. Cat's out of the bag, Nick.
So like
try
if
your luck,
you can
brother.
afford to buy one, you're not going to steal one.
Yeah. No, man, it's too risky. I'm actually not going to say what I was about to say. No, but all that to say, oddly enough, I was getting very frustrated by TikTok. The only thing that's ever popped off for me somewhat, it's got like 68,000 views, 3,000 likes, was our stupid song about I met a woman about 6'7".
Oh yeah, in Key West.
That's
a great song. That was another one of those funny hooks that you came out with.
That was literally one of those stupid hooks. Was the reason I'm under this table is because she drank me here. Like she drank me under the table. You know, you wake up and you're like, why am I under the table? It's because she drank you under the table, dude. Because you, whatever. But that happened to pop off, and it kind of changed my opinion on it too. Because I was like, man, I thought you had to follow like a specific formula, like all the other social media brands, but TikTok is really like whatever people latch onto is what they latch onto, it's kind of like it's like the listening room of apps.
Interesting. You know what? They're all tools, and they're all different tools. Like if you're working on a house, like you need X, Y, and Z. You need a framing nailer, you need a finish nailer, you need a roofing gun. Like it's true. Like you need all these different you're gonna say like, oh, I don't want to do this one because it's like if it was a tool you'd buy it, you know, you just gotta learn to develop it. Yeah. I clearly haven't, but
yeah, I agree. What do you think, Baker?
I have no idea about TikTok. To tell you the truth, I couldn't tell you what works on there, what doesn't. I know some people that do very well on it. I think he's right about the consistency thing, but there's definitely a little more to it, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I get on there and I just watch the stupidest shit I can find. That's my entire. It's not like I see somebody playing a guitar, I immediately I don't want to watch that.
Right.
Like I want to watch somebody falling off a roof.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If they're singing,
Santa.
and they fall off a roof, I'm in.
Hell yeah.
I'm sold.
it's
I'm
like-
clicking. I'm scrolling. How many roofs does this guy fall off?
Like it's Nick and Nick roofing, and they're doing the thing, and he's got it tied. If like one Nick forgets to hold the rope for the other Nick, and like I mean, I would watch that, but like
The other day we had a tough one.
true story.
Did the is the air on? Did the air turn off? It feels a little warm in here.
Let me check the thermostat. There ain't a thermostat on the wall you can set.
No matter hate or forget.
67 right now.
67, buddy.
Drop her down, would you? I'm sweating.
It's the lights.
Dude.
And can you grab me a couple paper towels? I gotta bop my face a little bit.
Hey, you want to take a break?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we'll take a 45-minute drive and.
I gotta say one thing before we take a break.
It's getting warm in here, dude. I run hot.
Dude, this guy is overheating at 67. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, would string you up for that, bro. He wants you to set your thermostat at 78.
78?
Yeah, they
I
told
can't live like that.
Well, so they told all the people, hey, we're gonna outlaw gasoline cars, gas diesel cars by the year 2035. So you have to buy electric vehicles. So then everybody was like, all right, cool, man, we'll buy electric vehicles. So they all bought electric vehicles, and they started charging their vehicles. And then it's like, oh, well,
The
you
grid.
overwhelmed our
Yeah.
power grid.
Oh,
Everybody set your thermostat to 78 degrees.
to compensate for the car charging?
Yeah.
Well, they haven't figured it out yet. And there's a lot of smart
Well-
guys that say they haven't figured it out, and they probably do, but like the money hasn't gone there yet. I mean, I think all of our cars will be electric. My dad's a mechanic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they'll all be electric at some point. It's just like,
Well, I
how
agree.
do you figure that out without like the grids that I mean, how often does your power go out in Nashville? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's just something we got to
But I think it's a bold move to say, hey, we're done with all petroleum-based vehicles in less than 10, or well, and
Politics says
No, I know.
all kinds
In
of
12
stuff.
I know, but it's like you guys didn't think about the fact that would maybe make people charge vehicles a lot, and that would maybe overwhelm the power grid that's already being overwhelmed every year because it gets so hot in California because of.
Well, it's like opening an
crazy.
Amazon headquarters in a small town. You just don't have the infrastructure in place, right?
Yeah.
Like, you literally need to prepare for that type of thing.
He
Yeah.
just
Kind of like
wants-
Nashville.
He just wants Arnold to run again. Is what this whole thing is about.
Yeah,
But you would not survive in California, dude. It's 67, you're
I wouldn't
dying.
survive in California for a few reasons, but yeah, for real. 78? Dude, I can't sleep unless it's 68. My wife calls it the meat locker.
I sleep real good when it's
Hey.
69.
To be fair, though, it's a different kind of hot in the South versus California.
true.
Like
That's true.
The air is different. It's not like raining when it's not. You know.
My blood's thicker. I'm from Massachusetts. It's not the same as it is down here. There's baked beans in here. Thanks, bud.
You guys want to take a break?
Yeah.
90 seconds.
We're gonna get you some good content.
So I was going to ask you, so they call it the natural state. I know that Arkansas is real big into diamonds. You ever found any diamonds, like you kind of running across the river? You know, in most states you find an arrowhead. In Arkansas you find diamonds. Is that how it is or no?
So
White River? That runs through Arkansas, right?
in Arkansas, there's two distinct field trips that I remember. One of them.
Oh, yeah.
One of them is whenever you're in 5th grade, you go down to the courthouse, they take your picture and get your fingerprints, which at the time you're like, oh, I want to be the kid, like, and then
Yep, we did the same damn thing, dude.
now, like, growing up, it's like, oh, that wasn't a field trip at all.
They're getting you in the system, brother.
Yeah, that's exactly. Halstead would be, steam would be coming out of his ears.
No
right
doubt.
now. These headphones would be ruined.
They took care of they took advantage of some juveniles.
Yeah.
I remember doing that one too. It was like a shoplifting experience. Is that what yours was?
I thought you were about to say shoplifting spree. It's like, damn,
Well,
dude.
it was. There was like kids that like intentionally shoplifted, and then got picked up by the popo, brought them to jail, and then we all got fingerprinted as well. Like, this is what happens when you shoplift. And then they took us to, like, the Barnstable County like courthouse, and we had like a mock trial.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing of what it was?
I mean, Arkansas is not quite as well funded as your uppity
Yeah, we went to a supermarket. What'd you guys just?
They just kind of walked us in the courthouse and go, "Hey, this is where it goes down," and they kind of walk you into the little cellar and go, "This is where you end up."
It kind of feels like when they used to spank my brother and look at me and say, "Hey, son, if you grow up to be your brother's age and you're lying like he is right now, this is what you're gonna get." But they spanked you as well. It kind of feels like what that is.
I was the oldest, so yeah.
Damn it.
Is your brother in jail?
No, I don't think he is right now. I'd have to text him to make sure because I don't ever want to assume anything. But I think he's probably asleep. What time is it? 11:18 Central.
11:08.
Well, hopefully he's just like watching Netflix somewhere. But the second field trip is to the mine for that, and they give you a bucket and like
the mine.
You're talking about diamonds,
okay,
and stuff. And so you go and you get your little bucket and your little shovel, which is like the beach shovel, and you just dig through like rainy mud.
This explains everything I know about you.
And you just come out with rocks, and there'll be a couple kids that go, "Oh, I got one." And the teacher comes over, like,
and the teacher shoots him in the face.
And it's like,
oh, that's a wrong movie. That's never mind.
That's
Never mind. I shouldn't say.
Yeah, but the teacher's just like, I mean, it is a rock, but the wrong one. No, nobody found one.
Damn it, dude.
So I'm pretty sure any of the treasure to be found there has been sifted. I mean, once a year somebody will come out with something, you know.
I mean, a lot of people said that about Nashville. You know, they're like, "Hey, dude, why would you move to a town where there are people? You know, there's 1,000 country songs being released every month. Why would you move there?" But you know what? You're an Arkansas Diamond, Baker. I believe that. Don't let the saturation, if you will, deter you from the fact that you might find a regular old blue streak there in the Arkansas mud.
So what happens? You find a diamond, and you're like, "Hey, I got a diamond," and they're like, "All right, here's a sticker. You get 30 minutes extra recess," and they just pocket the diamond.
I wish I was
sell
wearing. I'm wearing my wrong Arkansas hat right now because like the state flag is. Yeah. Whatever.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean it's a cool flag. Honestly.
The state flag. Describe if I am somebody who's never seen it. Describe it to me.
Well, it's red, white, and blue, like everything in America. It says Arkansas in the middle of it, and it's got like the little stars around. It's white in the center, and it's blue on the outside, and it's got little stars around it.
Okay.
And the flag's red.
Gotcha.
Razorbacks, baby.
Woo, pig!
Man.
Is that what you guys do?
There ain't nothing like going to a Razorback game whenever they're good and hearing everybody in Arkansas just woo pig sue, man.
Yeah.
It is a thing.
So are you a big Justin Moore fan?
I'm a huge Justin Moore fan. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's the Arkansas guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a couple they sprinkle in here and there. You know, Johnny Cash, Arkansas boy.
I didn't know that. I just
didn't
knew
know that
that he
either.
lived in Hendersonville.
Well, he didn't start there.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Arkansas. And he kind of came over to the Memphis thing, and he was kind of around a little after Elvis and all that.
You're right.
stuff.
I was just in the Johnny Cash Museum actually a couple weeks ago for had some family in town. You're right. Do you know the hometown?
I do, but
It escapes you.
I haven't. Yeah. There's Joe Nichols.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Man, there was nothing better than watching Joe Nichols. Like,
Dude, last time I saw Joe Nichols, he was with a dime. That's a coin joke. No,
Hanging with Penny Hardaway.
he asked this entire question just to get to that joke.
I tell that joke quarterly. No.
Hey, you don't
Do
miss
you-
on that, dude.
Dude, he is the.
Do you think?
Imagine trying to write with this guy for 3 hours.
Do you think there will ever come a time where there is a Baker Grissom Parkway in your hometown?
I mean, we already got Sherwood Woody Forest. I don't think we need any more. I don't think we need anything.
I don't know, dude. I can just I feel like I could get lost, in a random Arkansas town, and somebody says, "Hey, man, take a left on the BGP," and I'm like, "Well, what does that mean?" They're like, "That's a Baker Grissom Parkway." I just feel that just feels
That
like
sounds
something that's probably going to
sounds a
happen.
little fancy for Arkansas, if
Yeah,
I'm being
I'd say
honest.
your parkway would be littered with potholes.
Dude,
There'd be dead cats.
redo the BGP or I'm rioting.
Well, my dad works for the highway department, so
Okay.
he'd probably agree with you.
Tread lightly, Nick. Shoot. Yeah. I don't know what else to talk about, guys. What do you think? What else is going on?
This is your show, man.
Your
I
show.
know. The bad thing is I don't have this scripted to where there's a lot of good stuff to talk about. Let's see. We already talked about that was controversial. Shouldn't have said that. Is Nashville okay? So before you moved here, let's say 2 weeks before you moved to Nashville, you had an idea of what Nashville was in your head. When you moved here and where you are now, what is different about Nashville than what you thought it was going to be?
Do you want this one, or?
Do you want it?
I mean, I had absolutely no idea I'd never been here
Agreed.
before. Like, I had no idea what Nashville
You've
was
never
gonna
been
be.
here at all?
No, man.
Really? What made you decide to actually move here, Baker?
So I had planned on, I wanted to be here whenever I was 18, but
Okay.
my dad worked for the highway department, mechanic. He was like, hey, man, get a college degree. I didn't have one. Like, I had a boy. Get a college degree. I didn't have one. It's important to me that you get one.
Okay.
And my mom has one, and she was a business major, and so they helped me with a lot of the school. And I went to I didn't go to the Harvard of Arkansas, but I went to a good little public college, University of Central Arkansas. Loved it. Would do it all over again. But
Hell yeah.
I tried, and I got out of there as quick as I could because I was trying to get here, which for most people like Nick that were just book smart, like you just go in the fall and you go in the spring. Not me. I had
He's
to-
book smart. He doesn't have a lot of common sense.
I started college and I worked a job, like a construction job that paid really well through the first summer of it. And then I failed enough classes to where after that I just had to keep going. Like, I never stopped. I went straight through the summer, went straight through fall, into winter classes.
The failures?
Oh yeah, I had to catch up. I was a class or two behind every time.
Sounds a lot
'cause,
like debt.
Yeah. Which, it was University of Central Arkansas, so it wasn't terrible, but I mean, it wasn't community college either. It was
Yeah.
good college. Like, I really do love that town and all that stuff. But I figured out that summer classes and winter classes and night classes were a lot easier than your regular.
Yeah.
So I stacked up on those, man. And I did have a job. Like, I worked at like several different. Jimmy John's was one of my jobs. Loved that. I played music throughout the whole. That paid a lot.
This dude
better
knows
than-
the Jimmy John's menu by heart. We'd be sitting at the workshop,
Oh yeah.
and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'll take a number 7, no tomato."
Which the workshop was a big part of town for me.
Yeah.
It was run by this
Go
guy.
into that. What's that?
There's this guy named Austin, and the workshop was this place on Music Row, which is like, if you're just moving here, that's where all the publishing companies, all the record labels, all that stuff is for the most part. And so that's a big deal.
Okay.
Like, you're on Music Row,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting to write. And it started out like, I don't know, $25 a month or something, but it's 24 hours a day, and you could go in there and write. And so I would go work my job at Costco or wherever, and then at night I'd meet up with cats like this guy, and
Made some good times.
we would go write all night. and then get 3 hours of sleep and go work our job the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I literally would not have signed my first publishing deal without that place and it's just, I mean, I lived in a spot where I couldn't, like, the people I lived with had to be up for an 8 a.m. job. Like, I can't be loud in my house all night. Like, it was kind of a hard transition from college of you can do whatever you want to you're living with people that are a couple of years older than you that, like, have a real life.
Yeah.
And so the workshop was great. We could go there and be as loud or what, because Music Row's dead after whatever in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, it just clears out. And so we could go out there and leave the door open and be loud and stay till all hours of the night. And if you heard some of the songs that we wrote during that time, we probably needed a couple more hours on them. But
yeah, but you know what? You know what was cool about those times was it taught us how to work through the roadblocks. The thing I liked about the workshop is it taught me that other people care about working for like a lot of hours on something as simple as a bridge. Like, there'd be people that'd be like, you know what, fuck this. Like, you know what, like, the song's good, like, let's just, like... And not to say that working for, like, 5 hours on a bridge was a good idea, but it was, like, a bigger lesson in songwriting that, like, spend the time, grind it out. And I feel like a lot of the confidence that I had in, like, the songwriting arena was definitely found at the workshop, no doubt.
Really?
Yeah, like, we would sit there, and we would meet at, like, 10 o'clock. Mark would come in from, like, his EMT job. He'd be coming in from Costco. I'd be coming in from Pedal Tavern. And we would just sit there, and we'd start throwing out hooks, and, you know. And then next thing you know, it's, like, 2 a.m., and we're, like, kind of, like, arguing over words. And we'd spend, like, 2 hours on, like, three lines. And I think there was something really great about digging out that. Even if the songs are never heard.
Yeah.
It was like bigger than that. It was like there's other people that care as much as I do.
Yeah.
That are willing to fight this long about a certain line, not because their personalities are part of it or they're trying to say, like, you know, your idea sucks, my idea is better. It's just we're all trying to find the best song. I think that went a long way for me.
I think you have to go through those things, and I certainly have a long way to go. But something that I've learned in the time songwriting, like, the reason that you get to those lines that take 3 hours to write is because you're trying to tie an idea together that you didn't tie up well enough in one line before you get to the thing. Like, I think most, like, you hear these guys that wrote, like, and this is probably not the song, but, like, Live Like You Were Dying or something like that. They're like, oh, we wrote it in 27 minutes. Why is that? Because they got the idea right from the get-go.
Sure.
And then they've written 1,000 songs, and so it just falls out.
They know where everything goes.
But you gotta start out at 22 or 23, just being like, oh, we love this line. Like, let's write the rest of the song around this line. It doesn't matter how cool of a line you have if you don't have.
And then you realize at the bridge you've missed the fucking point.
Like, you can't fix an entire song in one line.
But you think you can.
Yeah.
I got a line, let's write it. Man, how many times have you heard that? Well, let's write that.
Yeah, let's write
It's like,
that.
no, dude. It's like, let's assume that it's like this marble, and we're trying to balance it through all these different phases of whatever it's going to be, you know? And it's like, every single thing that we do tilts it a little bit this way. Yeah. We got to tilt it back that way. We got to tilt, and then it goes forward, and it goes backward, and it's like, if we can make it through the whole song, and it's balanced in the middle like we want it to be, and it's keeping the same idea and the same theme, then we wrote the song properly. But it's hard to keep that balance sometimes, I feel like.
You gotta mess up 100 hooks to start figuring out how to preserve one good one.
What the guys that have been in town 20 years understand that a young writer, or even like me, miss easily is what not to say, what not to do, what cliff to not jump off. Like, it's like, hey, you gotta keep it here.
Yeah.
Or it's like, what do you even saying in the first place? Like, make it make some kind of sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'll say about renting with him too? I'm gonna pay you a compliment, so just go easy. I've learned a lot about.
This is a paid segment that I paid for.
I've learned a lot writing with him
Paid
about
segment
where
I
I think that like this is the best idea and this is the best way to take it, and he'll look at me and go, no, 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 no. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey.
That part's true.
What feels
Hey,
good?
hey.
What feels good? And I'm all of a sudden like, shift gears, get out of my head, get out of the way, and then and then it's like, boom, it just comes out. But it takes like 3 hours of exhaustion.
Yeah.
For the line to just come out, right? It's cool.
It is cool, man.
You asked about 2 weeks before Nashville.
Yeah.
I was just meeting my wife.
Really?
I was just hanging out with my wife for the first time. I had no idea what Nashville was, what it meant. I thought my songs that I wrote before I came to Nashville by myself were good enough to like make it on the main stage.
Oh,
and I feel like an idiot for that. And the songs were terrible.
yeah.
I
feel the same way.
But it's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go down to Nashville and try my hand and see how this all works. And
Sure.
you just don't know till you get here and you immerse yourself in the most talented writers in the world. And all of a sudden you realize. I remember I was sitting at a Travis Meadows concert with Pat, and I'm watching Travis sing a song about
Who's incredible.
Who's incredible. And he's singing songs about his past and experiences that he's been through, and I'm sitting in the crowd, and I remember having this moment that was like, I don't deserve to be here. Like,
Dude.
I suck. And I either need to get better real quick, or I need to just move on because I'm not even close to this guy. I can't even touch him.
You have to have that though. I lived less than a mile from the Bluebird, and it was like going to school all over again. Like, I would walk down the hill I was working at Target at the time, and I'd get off work at Target and I'd walk down the hill and pay $15, and I couldn't even afford beer and at the Bluebird, like the $5 beers or whatever. And I would sit in there and just listen to them tell stories, and most of those guys can't sing like Keith Urban or whoever's on the radio, but they play their song and you get it. You're like, oh, that's what that song's about. Oh, that's why they wrote that. Oh, that's how it ended up being there. And like, I don't know. There's something about that place, and
it takes years to get over yourself. I feel like it takes years to get over what you think is good and what you think is not good, and then you're going through the stage where you're like, I'm going to write for the radio, and you're trying to write like these Florida Georgia Line hits, and you're trying to write these like super catchy.
Next thing you know, they're not even a band anymore.
And yeah, literally. And then you realize you realize real quick, do I want to be a writer? Do I want to be an artist?
You just threw them under the bus and backed over.
I'm not. I'm just
twice. This is the second time he's brought them.
I'm trying to keep people up with the currents, dude. But no, it's.
What you got against the initials, man?
I don't,
FGL.
man.
What's
I don't have anything against. I was big into that in college, dude. I was huge into that in college.
We should start a band. Arkansas, Massachusetts line. The AML.
Yeah, except geographically, that doesn't really pan out.
You're supposed to be like the smart one with the biology degree. What is?
The Mason-Dixon opposites.
Apparently,
the MDOs.
Apparently, you don't have to take geography as a prerequisite for biology.
No.
No, but man, I remember thinking the same thing, Nick. I was like, I had like maybe 5 songs before I moved here. I was like, dude, I'm going to go there. I'm going to just show them what is up. I'm going to show them what is up, dude. And I got here and I was like, dude, I don't know if you can live under a rock, but if you can, I'm gonna try my best. 'Cause it's probably cheaper than rent, dude. It was like, holy shit, and I still, dude, I still have moments like that. Travis Meadows moment you had where you're just so blown away by somebody. You're like, dude, there's no chance I'll ever become the kind of person that could pull something like that off. I still feel like that all the time. But then you have moments that are the opposite of that, where we were talking about it on the porch earlier when we were taking our third break. But then you have moments where you feel like you're in total control and you have everything down and everything lines up and you're just like,
when you least
I'm
expect
right
it.
where, it's like I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and everything's perfect. But that whole cliche they talk about Nashville being highs and lows. Dude, I talked about this with Matt Jordan on the previous episode, but people don't realize that highs and lows aren't just like, oh, I feel happy, oh, I feel sad. Dude, the lows feel like, dude, I want to move home or kill myself. Like sometimes it could. I mean, I don't have suicidal thoughts, so like it's not that for me. But dude, I could totally see that being a thing. It's like, dude, I'm never gonna amount to what people expect me to be. I can't do this, and it's like, that's a real low whenever you're trying to compete with the best people in the world in this industry. Like we're trying to compete with people who are on record labels, who have access to all the best songwriters in the world with all the cuts and these labels have all the money and they promote your songs, and it's like we're trying to compete with these $500 cameras and stuff, and it's like that can get overwhelming. But then that's the lows. Then you get on the highs and you're like, dude, today for some reason I feel like I'm the best singer. I feel like I got everything figured out. I got freaking 10 good songs. I can play an hour and a half full of originals and just hold a show, and it's like, it's tough, but I wouldn't trade it.
I think what that teaches you though is it is the highs and lows, but it's also, you kind of realize that you need to remove yourself from the influences that are bringing you up or that are bringing you down. And you need to just
100%.
focus on, like, okay, today I need to be this much better. Today I need to write a good song. Today I need to... And then slowly but surely, if you take yourself out of that, I feel like Nashville has prepared me for anything. I mean, I can take a no better than anybody, right?
Yeah.
Because I've heard every turn is a no. It just isn't discouraging anymore.
Yeah.
It just fuels the, hey, you got to get better today.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I feel like that's where we're all at. It's like you're in a writer's room with a guy who's just absolutely just running circles around you, and you're like, okay, well, you're on stage with a guy who's just making you look foolish. I learned a lot when I was playing with, I did a 10-day, 9-gig stint with Kaylee Bishop, and I was always next. She played and I was always next, and I was just watching her do her thing and just captivating a crowd, and I was like,
she's an incredible singer.
She's unbelievable. And you know what? I feel like a lot of people could have been like really down about that. But the only way that I could rebound from it was you gotta embody your songs better. You need people to like see your songs the way that you want
I
them
don't
to be
even
seen.
I don't even think that matters. I think if you're on a stage with a couple people, if you're on a stage with people that can't play, it doesn't matter how well you think you do that night. Like, just not happening. You're on a stage with some people that kick ass. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter what you play. The vibe's there, the energy's there. People don't care what you play. It's just kind of like it all. So if you're on a stage with Kaylee Bishop, you can't be like, oh my God, how am I going to sing after this girl? It's like, hey, people are in it. She just sang that song. Like, it's like, you can play anything you want after that.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
you're obviously not going to out-sing her.
No, you can't. You can't. If you try to, you're foolish.
Yeah.
You just do your thing.
You don't do any runs.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I'm having the runs after watching her sing, and I'm next. I'm like, golly. But you just believe in what you're doing and what you learned, right? And you're just like, all right, fuck it, here we go. This is my song, and I think it's good, and it's what I got, and
Dude, it really tests every emotion that you have, because Dude, one of my best friends in the entire world is Kyle Austin, and he's only been in
Fantastic.
town. Dude, he's only been in town for I think a year last
Really?
week.
Really?
And dude, there's been shows where like I booked the show and I was the main thing that people were coming to see back in my hometown area. And he played with me, and it's so what you're talking about. It's like, man, you can get so lost in how good that they're doing that can kind of bring you down, and it's like you don't want to do that because that's like one of your best buds up there, but it's like this town will really test your emotions, and you have to learn to deal with all that stuff. And I can see why after 10 or 15 years, hopefully it doesn't take that long, but I can see why after a stint that, you can kind of become, I don't want to use the word bulletproof, but like a version of that where you've been through every emotion that it's like you're kind of ready for whatever, because, dude, I played a show with him in Warsaw, Missouri. We were playing for like my parents, basically their neighborhood, and dude, the dude does not miss ever. And I was just like, whatever song I sing next, like how am I even gonna measure up to that? And that's just something like you guys said with Kaylee. But
You know what I do with Kyle?
what?
When Kyle's killing it and he's doing his thing in the writers' round.
I know what you're about to say.
Do you?
Yeah.
And he starts and he's about to hit a big part in his chorus, and he hits that
Maybe I don't.
and he hits that harmony,
Oh, I do.
and he hits that harmony pedal.
I know exactly what you're saying.
I start singing the harmonies, but I don't sing a word. I just mouth it like I'm singing his harmonies.
Oh, dude, I've done that too.
His harmony pedal's doing it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
and he'll look over and start busting a gut laughing. It happened to Tin
Yeah.
Roof the other night.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you think I was gonna say?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, bullshit.
No, that was it.
Oh, was
Yeah, I played a gig with him downtown once or twice, and I'm like singing these harmonies, and I'm like, who else is singing? Like, it took me like,
Man, I sound fucking good tonight.
well, I was kind of like, do I got like extra reverb on this mic or something? Like, that doesn't sound. That's not what I'm singing. And then I look down, and he's pressing a pedal, and I was like, oh, he's got okay.
Dude, he took hours to like get that thing dialed in. He's like, yeah, man, if you're ever going to get one, he's like, we'll take a whole day. We'll get it dialed in and stuff. And he's got it all dialed in and stuff. But
He's the best, man. He's
shit,
a talented dude, for no
son
doubt.
of a gun. But well, guys, it's freaking almost midnight. I think we started about 9 p.m. So we'll start wrapping this up. But
I don't
Nick-
want it to end.
I know, dude. I don't either.
We ran out of whiskey. If we had more whiskey, I'd say
I know.
let's just.
We could do this all night for sure. Nick, where can they find you at, bud?
So my handles are at Nick DeLeo Music. So that's Nick DELEO Music. Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, TikTok, Apple Music, all that stuff. It's all up there, and there's a lot of good stuff coming down the pipeline. I'd say in the next 2 months, Jack Made Jack is coming out in about 5 weeks. Back Then Again is coming out right after that. There's music videos, there's content, there's all kinds of good stuff coming out. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. This is some of the best stuff that I've released, and really looking forward to it.
So mine's all under Baker Grissom. Again, just had a new song come out, Beer Joint. Go check it out. Go check out the music video, the Mapco portion, the basement portion, all of it. Got guys like this in it. We'll have some new stuff coming in a month or so. It'll be fun. Go check it out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I got a new song out called Stuck.
Oh, with Mark, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wrote that on the front porch here at the house with Mark Oriot, and he's another one of those workshop guys, I assume.
Yeah.
Go look up his song about fishing.
Mark
Oriot.
Yeah, he's got a great song called Masturbator. It's about fishing. got a great hook to it.
Nice part.
But seriously, no. Me and Mark, speaking of guys at the workshop grinding it out, dude, I got so frustrated. I was like, hey man, how many ways can we make the song, or how many ways can we make the word stick? And he was like, oh, cool, dude. We sat on my porch for like 6 hours. I bet he smoked 600 cigarettes. And I don't even think he smoked cigarettes. Damn person walking on the sidewalk threw us a pack. But no, that's my new song, Stuck, and we really grinded that one out. But yeah, guys, this has been episode 14. Yeah, episode 14 of the Folks Like Us podcast. Thank you, Nick DeLeo and Baker Grissom, for being on this episode, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys coming on.
Thanks for having us, bud.
I met a woman about 6'7", caught my eye at the 7-Eleven, buying Jack Link's jerky and a carton of Marlboro.